How's everybody doing today? Today, I'm Nick Guidry from C3. I'm joined by Leanne Arnold, who is from EMC. I'm sorry, I have to
That's
look
okay.
at that again. My memory's going short on that. And just one second. Who is the Director of Community Engagement at ECMC Education, and Michael Webster, who's the Associate Vice Chancellor of Workforce Instruction at Houston Community College. Do you guys want to take a few minutes to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I will start, and I won't take a few minutes. I'll take a few seconds. How about that?
All right.
Once again, my name is Leanne Arnold. I'm with ECMC Education and specifically with Altiris Career College, which is a sub-organization of ECMC. I have spent over 35 years working on behalf of nonprofits in the Houston area. And in the last 8 years, I have specifically focused on education and improving college and career success for students in the Houston area.
Thank you very much. How about you, Michael?
Yeah, great. Mike Webster. I'm Associate Vice Chancellor for Workforce Instruction at HCC. Oversee all of our workforce programs and anything from payroll to welding and everything in between. I've spent probably the last 15 years in workforce development, understanding that jobs are the key to American success for all Americans. And before that, I was an educator, and continue to be an educator, I guess. So there you go.
Well, thank you for everything that you guys do to support the future of the workforce. I'm going to turn it over to Leanne. I'm going to open up her slides here, and she's going to walk us through a little bit about, from her perspective, how post-secondary is able to help us develop this emerging workforce and also provide opportunities for you and I as learners. Just one second. All right, here we are.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you again, everybody. There are, as you know, a lot of options for what schools and what you might do after high school. 2- and 4-year schools are certainly an option, and one that people may not often think of are trade schools or often known as career colleges. So Altiris is a career college, and the difference in those is a career college allows you to jump right into the coursework for whatever career you've chosen, instead of taking general courses outside your field. A community college, for instance, provides a more well-rounded education. I'm sure Michael will go into that with you in a moment. But we have a very singular focus. We don't offer any courses other than specific skills that you need to become certified in the program that you have chosen. Next. There we go. All right, well, this is kind of a busy slide, but I wanted to emphasize that we're a nonprofit school system. A lot of career colleges and trade schools run as for-profit. They run as a business and are for-profit. We are a nonprofit. That little blue and green triangle down there that you probably can't read tells you that we are part of a much larger organization called ECMC Group, which has 3 different parts to it. They do educational philanthropy. We have a foundation called ECMC Foundation, which has given $150 million to support college and career success over the last 5 years, and helps also fund Altiris Career College, and allows us to have the facilities and the equipment and the technology that we do. We're a small school. We'll be in our Houston campus. Each of our campuses has about 500 students. We don't intend to get very much bigger than that. We are nationally accredited. We are regionally accredited by the Texas Workforce Commission, and these graduation and placement rates are pretty high for the graduation rates are higher than national 2- and 4-year schools, significantly higher. Our placement rate is also high, and we have to keep them at this level or higher. Actually, we're 70% is what we are supposed to meet for placement rates. We have to do that to keep our accreditation. So we place our students with employers into the field for which they were trained. Moving on. So we have 9 programs at the school, 5 in allied health, and I'm going to focus on the 4 here that we have in trades. And I'll move through these very quickly. We have 2 programs, specialized diploma programs in electricians. For electricians, one is electrical construction. For that, that program prepares students for jobs installing or modifying electrical systems as part of new construction or renovations, I suppose. New construction, like it can be residential, it can be commercial, office buildings, retail, stadiums, conference centers, anything like that. The industrial program is more focused on, programmable logic controls. I don't know a lot about it. But things, fire and security alarm systems, signaling systems, fiber optics, things like that. And that work is primarily in say, factories or chemical plants, things like that. Next. We also have 2 programs, one in HVAC and one in refrigeration. And again, all of our trades programs, students get a lot of hands-on experience. We provide them with the machinery and the equipment that they or you need to see and use in the field. So for instance, our HVAC and refrigeration labs have, huge HVAC units. They have large walk-in coolers and freezers and ice makers and instrumentation and process controls and a whole lot of things that I couldn't tell you what they are. Next slide. Okay. Let's talk about some details. One thing that makes our program unique is that our programs start every 5 weeks. You don't have to wait till January or September to enroll. Every program across all 9 of them, every diploma program starts every 5 weeks. The 4 trades programs are 9 months long. We do that. This is a short educational path to move into a high demand career that pays living wages and oftentimes quite a bit more than that. I think the median wage, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, is about $55,000 for electricians, so it goes anywhere from say 28 up to 95,000 a year. We have an online application system, but you can also come in and make an appointment one-on-one. Anyone is eligible to apply. If you have a GPA below 2.5, you'll be asked to take a readiness test. And if we think that you need a little bit more help being ready for some of the online learning, then we offer a course at no charge to you to help you with that. Next. So some other aspects about our program that make them unique. We have blended learning, and this is a model that we embraced years ago and have had great success with. So this is not something we've adopted since COVID. It is a combination of in-person and virtual learning. You spend 3 days on campus, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for 4 hours, either from 10 to 2 or from 6 to 10 at night. And that's where you'll get hands-on work with your teachers in the form of lecture, but primarily in the labs doing hands-on skills. Mondays and Fridays, you will be online 4 hours each of those days, doing your online activities, assessments, quizzes, discussion boards, things like that. Another part of our program is for the trades in particular is you get certified. You will earn as you learn, so to speak. You earn credentials as each course is completed. So all the NCCER credentials, which is the recognized curriculum, you receive those along the way. Next. Okay, so once you start, our training is all inclusive. You pay for not one thing after you enroll. You will receive, if in the trades, if you're an electrician, for instance, you will receive a big toolkit with 40 different things in it that you will need for an entry-level position and to use for your training. You get an iPad that is yours to keep that you use for your the virtual component of your learning. All certification prep is included. We offer a 6-hour mandatory professional skills curriculum to help you prepare for what it's actually like to be out in the workforce. We work one-on-one with you for career placement, and we have a really strong employer engagement component. We have what's called a program advisory committee for each of our programs, which is employers in the field, some of whom you probably heard from today, like TD Industries, Trio Electric, CoolSys, and some of those that help keep us informed on a regular basis of what we need to be doing, what we need to be having, what we need to be teaching. I think we're almost done. I think there's the one more slide. All right, so consistent with our nonprofit values and mission, we have a holistic student support model. We want our students to succeed. So we are going to keep you in our arms from the moment you arrive on campus. We have one-on-one help with your coursework, one-on-one work, one-on-one coaching as you help prepare for certification exams, followed by the placement services where you sit one-on-one with our career services coaches. We also have access to community support services. We offer emergency grants for things like unexpected life expenses with childcare, with transportation, anything unexpected that comes up. Those are up to $500 emergency grants that we offer to help you to make sure that you don't have anything that encumbers you or keeps you from succeeding once you start the program, or that could jeopardize that. So I know I've moved through this really quickly. I think there's one more slide that gives you some contact information, but I will turn this back over to Nick or Michael, and then we can take some questions later if we have time. Thank you. I think, Nick, if it's on you, you're on mute.
I'm always on mute. I'm the worst person in the world at that. I talk all the time.
I only just learned.
Yeah, my team jokes and says they are going to have a coffee mug to hold up that says you're on mute. So Mike, you've been sitting there patiently. I'm going to turn the floor over to you and tell us a little bit about HCC.
Yeah, sure enough. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it. HCC, this year we're celebrating our 50th year as Houston's community college. I think for us, we're in a really good spot right now because if you think about our labor market, and if you look at most reports, 42% to 47% of the labor market is needed you need more than a high school diploma, but less than a 4-year degree. And obviously that's our sweet spot, preparing students either to transfer or to go straight into the workforce. We have programs that start, that last 8 weeks. We've got programs that we call the one and done, one semester, and you're through the program and into a job. And then into our associate degrees that are generally two years, 60 hours. In construction in particular, we offer programming in building inspection, building automation. We offer a partnership with Merrick Brothers Construction on framing and interiors. Construction management, so that's really a program for students that are in the field and want to come back and get their management degree to go into a superintendent or a foreman position. We offer commercial HVAC, as well as commercial electrical. One of the big ones that students find, it's probably our largest program in terms of construction is the several different drafting programs that we have. And I think primarily the reason for that is because the outcomes are so great. Students leave and they're already into a high-paying salary straight out the gate. So any of our drafting programs are really strong. And again, those can start, an 8-week quick program into a full-blown 2-year program. Another unique partnership that we have is with UT Tyler. We offer a engineering program, in this case, civil and structural, where the students can do their 2 years here. They actually will complete their engineering degree with us at one of our locations from UT Tyler. So it's a 2+2, and they'll move in. The last thing that we have in terms of construction is joint apprenticeship programs with 10 unions and one large organization, electrical organization, IEC. Those programs start up on an annual basis, but they continuously need folks to come into the pipeline. I would say if you're looking for a job in construction and you need to get training, HCC is a great place to start. Not only do we offer some great programming, but the tuition's probably the lowest in the, well, I know it is, it's the lowest in the city. And we have tons of grants and scholarships to help you out. I know for a fact that, one of the projects we're working on over at, we've opened up a trade school in partnership with Gallery Furniture. Max offered up a slice of his North Freeway store to offer up a trade school. And our goal there is to bring students in and make them able to not pay at all for the training. So given that, we either are using workforce board funds, our scholarships, grant funds, state funds, some way to find students to go through a program without having to pay, and it's coming around. So there's definitely an opportunity. Like I said, you wouldn't even have to pay for your program in most cases. In terms of student support, we offer obviously a career placement and internship opportunities for students. Got a neat, rather unique opportunity right now. Typically when you think of work study, it's something you do while you're at college, and you do it on campus at maybe the library or the front office at the reception area. Well, we're in an experiment right now through the federal government to offer up work study with our private sector partners. So students in our construction programs are actually going out of the school in a work study program and getting paid through the college to work in field. I think it's a unique opportunity that the government's put forward for us, and it's a way for companies to kind of do a try before you buy, if you will. So it's there's a lot of opportunity at HCC, and I think I'll leave it up for questions at this point, but check out our website, specifically go to the programs page and look at the construction trades. There's tons out there. Like I said, you can start with an 8-week program that's quick, fast track, get into a job. You can do a semester-long program, or you can do the full-blown 2-year associate's degree. The nice thing about all of those programs is they stack. So whatever you started with, it'll actually apply credit to the next thing, and then apply credit to the associate degree. So as you're moving along in your career, you can add credit to your colleges. You can add college credit to any program that you want to get into. So with that, I'll stop.
That was great info from both of you. I just have one follow-up question at this point. What can a high school student do in order to prepare for the training that you guys provided at your organizations now?
I'll let you go ahead, Leanne.
Oh, well, sorry. That's a great question. I think, having the ability to really focus in on what you think you want, and really trying to really research that, so that, I know that when I went to college, I changed twice from what I thought I wanted to, what I wanted my major to be. And I got there and took some courses and thought, what, that's actually not what I'm interested in. I really like this other thing better. So having that singular focus and being able to get as much exposure as you can about what that work actually involves You know, do you like working with your hands? Do you like being inside or outside? Do you like problem solving? For instance, electricians require a lot of critical thinking skills. What do I mean by that? The ability to problem solve, great communication, things like that. So having an understanding of what each of those careers involves before you sign up and enroll in that will really help you succeed and make that decision.
Yeah, I would add also that, one of the primary skills that, people typically think that construction, you're outside, you're digging, or you're on your hands and knees, whatever. And surely there is some of that involved, but more and more there's a need for just general digital literacy, as well as just understanding how to use technology. I mentioned our partnership with Merrick. And so when we started that, they asked us if we had iPads that the students could access. And I said, well, we don't yet. We don't typically do that in this class, but we can definitely get them. So the reason for that is that all of the blueprints they use, the workers actually, and they took me out to a job site, the workers have an iPad attached to them. And excuse me, anytime they need to look at the blueprint, they just whip out the iPad. They can zoom in on the particular room that they're in, zoom back out. I think that's a skill that the students more and more are going to need, just the general understanding of technology and the ability to use it moving forward.
Yeah, I agree with that. That our blended learning, the iPads that we provide our students on enrollment, we use an LMS, a learning management system called Canvas, so they become very familiar with using that technology and interacting with it.
Okay, great. So throughout the day, we have talked about different trades, and obviously the programming that you guys have at your schools is addressing the current workforce. But what do you see as a emerging program to prepare people for tomorrow's workforce that you guys are looking at now?
Well, we have at Altiris, we have chosen these 4 trades because of because they will endure, so to speak, because we expect these to be careers and positions that are going to be in high demand for a long time to come. We don't have any current plans to add on to that. We have some different programs at a couple of other campuses that we're adding, but we are sticking to this for now because of the demand that we see for them, and we keep our standards high within those programs. Like I said, by the employer partners that we engage with, to make sure that we're constantly evolving our curriculum to satisfy any changes or innovations in the workplace.
Outstanding.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that necessarily new programming per se. Obviously, we add as the labor market dictates. But some of the things we're doing to support programs through technology. I mean, so our interior design, typically in the past, the interior design programs would create a portfolio that was hands-on that you can take somewhere. When you think portfolio, you think a briefcase or something to that effect. But the students now are doing all digital portfolios, and they have to create their capstone project a VR version of it, like you would expect to see in a firm that would try to showcase a design that they're doing. So that's typical of all of them. The other thing that we're doing is we are making strides in creating VR lessons for all of the programming. So most recently, we just talked, this is offside, but automotive, we're actually looking at, how students can use an Oculus to do, turning a wrench underneath or fixing, a tire, et cetera. So I think the tools that we're using are adapting to the times.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Michael brought that up too. Yeah, we finished a virtual. Have y'all had great success with that? We've done it only with HVAC. 20 students did a pilot for that, where they're actually fixing a unit watching them do that, I think is fascinating. And hopefully we will begin to do more of that as well. Yeah.
Well, I hope all the participants can hear the excitement that you guys have for your programs, and hopefully it's imparted unto them. And they're pumped up about the potential of a career in construction, supported by a great educational experience that you guys are providing. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for your commitment to improving this workforce.